what I was saying was, the one show, or the one movie, that to this day I will watch, and I will thoroughly enjoy, from like start to finish, the Pokemon movie.
Which one? There's a million of them.
Oh god, I think it's Pokemon 2000. The one where Pikachu dies.
I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Guys, what's going on, guys? We're here with another Smackdown Live review. It is Tuesday, the 24th, 2018. Smackdown was actually a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah, what is going on, guys? I have salami stuck in my teeth because I was eating a whole fucking chunk of salami.
Jeez.
But salami's delicious, dude. You have no idea. But this is the review for Smackdown Live for July 24th, 2018. If you guys were there for the Monday Night Raw review yesterday, you'll see that we fucking transcended time and space, and we went to July 72nd, 2018.
My bad.
And
it got
you
fixed.
didn't pick up on that until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I texted you.
Hey, I got too many things to do on my end.
But we do have Jack Guevara, Diane Argonon, Robert Velos Jr., other names in there that I can't pronounce because it's beyond my my English capability. Ashton Tyler, Volch Dillon, Luca Troller, and Jonathan Powell, Derek Bocek, and Noah Perfect. Welcome, Kingslander. Another week of SmackDown being better than Raw. I feel you on that.
If you guys do want to give your 2 cents, you can do so either in the chat or the text message line, 510-906-1341.
And if you guys do text the line, make sure you end the text message with either "fuck you, Nick" or "I love you, Nick."
Yeah.
Just one of the two. Your pick, guys.
Yikes.
So let's kick it off, man.
All right, so SmackDown Live opened up. We got a shot of Miz, Maryse, and Monroe Sky entering the building. Because you know what tonight was after SmackDown? It was the world premiere of Miz and Mrs., which I watched, and it wasn't bad.
Question, does text not work?
Why?
Like the command? Is it text or is it something else?
I was just looking that up, and I don't see it. I don't know if maybe I'll put it in right now. You'll see it.
Is it something else?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Boy, do I look dumb. No, anyone can text. Seriously. Oh, it's phone. Anyone can text. Carson, whatever.
I'll change that, though.
Well, just keep it as is. Now I know.
Okay. Anyways. So we saw Miz, Maryse, and Monroe Sky show up to the show.
That's the wrong thing.
What's the wrong thing?
Because that's to call in.
Well,
I'm talking about for the text line.
I
dumbass.
know. I did the wrong one. Anyways, let's talk SmackDown. Screw this.
Oh, God.
The number is on the screen.
We're just trying to set things up, man.
All right, so they show up to the show, and then Randy Orton comes out.
He hears voices in his head.
And Randy Orton comes down to the ring, and he's like, I used to be the legend killer.
Great gimmick. Probably one of the best gimmicks in wrestling.
Oh, yeah. And then he goes, there's nobody from my era, when I first came in, that's still here. I'm the only one still around. I was like...
Benjamin?
Well, no, Benjamin's... He left and came back, though, and he hasn't been on SmackDown for like a month. But Jeff Hardy was around before Randy.
Well, no, he's talking about he's talking about Cena, Lesnar, Batista. Who else was in that class?
Shelton.
I think that was the only class.
Well, I mean, guys that were around then, like Edge and Christian, and like none of the guys, like from when he came in. Literally, if you look at the roster, he's one of the only ones there from when he, like that roster when he started in 2002, 2003. There's not many of them left, if any.
There's really not.
So I mean, he was right there. Anyways, it's text now. I fixed it.
It still says to call into the show.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Anyway, so he was just like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I need to do to be the top guy here on SmackDown. Basically. He was just like, I'm gonna take down everybody who you guys love.
Good. Is he gonna? I wonder if that's like a little bit of the opposite of the Legend Killer thing.
Maybe.
I would like that if that was the case.
He pointed out that he works hard for the fans, but feels that the fans don't respect him. He wonders if they don't respect him because he's not some indie darling that competed in bingo halls or stole people's catchphrases and hand gestures.
He's not wrong there.
I was like, oof. Orton then called out the fans, saying they're the true legend killers. He said he won't let them win, and his mission is to eliminate every superstar that the fans put on this high pedestal. And he promised he will end Jeff Hardy's career. I thought they would maybe announce a SummerSlam match, but they didn't, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a match that you can announce whenever. It's kind of a predicted type thing.
Exactly. So
Kind
we
of
then
expected.
had a pretty, I want to say it was a good match, but the finish I didn't like. Andrade Cien Almas versus Rusev.
Yeah, the finish was bleh.
So it started good. So what happened was earlier in the day, there was a video they played on their social media. It was Zelina Vega and Alana yelling at each other. But Zelina was yelling in Spanish and Lana was yelling in Russian. So
Yes.
Almas and thank you, Kristen McNutt, for the $5 super chat donation. She said, "My question is, why did Nikki Cross was at Raw and what main roster is she on?" Well, here's the thing. Nikki Cross is working live events with Smackdown, but she's not officially on main roster television yet. So the reason
she'll come up after SummerSlam.
the reason she was there yesterday is they said every woman that's going to be at that Smackdown house show, you need to be at Raw. And to help them out, they put them all in the corporate jet and flew them to Evansville tonight for Smackdown, so they didn't have to, because they already made them reroute themselves once. So they're like, we'll put you on the corporate jet and fly you to Smackdown.
Corporate jet. I've only, what's the biggest plane you've ever, what's the nicest plane you've ever been in?
A regular plane, just a regular airplane. I've been on plenty of those being in the military.
Okay. I remember, I went on a flight. I don't remember where I was going. Maybe it was to Florida, my second or third time.
Okay.
And it took all of my power. It was United.
Uh-huh.
And it took all of my power not to just be like, I've got the world's biggest ego. I'm just going to fucking sit in one of the business class seats and not move. And I did. And they said, get the fuck out of my seat, motherfucker, because someone had that seat. But for 10 full minutes, I felt pure bliss.
Interesting.
Pure bliss. I'm sorry, United. I only fly Southwest now. You know why I fly Southwest?
Why? They give you better miles and points?
They give you better miles, but you can check 2 bags for free.
Interesting.
And their snacks are always great, and their fucking flight attendants are always very nice and very, very nice. Very, very friendly.
So, anyways, the Rusev and Almas match was set up because the two women were yelling at each other. Almas and Rusev walk up, and Rusev is just like, "Hey, calm down. Speak English."
Jesus.
And he's like, "What's wrong?" And Lana's like, "She disrespected Rusev Day." And she was like, "No, you must have missed something and lost in translation. I just said that El Idolo, Andrade Cien Almas, is twice the man that Rusev can ever be." So I'm like, we're supposed to now believe that there's more than business going on between Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas?
I don't know.
So Rusev was just like, what exactly did he say? He was just like, oh, no. She said that because of that, Almas should be named the number 1 contender for AJ Styles at SummerSlam. And Rusev was like, oh, well, if it wasn't because of Aiden English, I'd be the WWE champion right now. Aiden English is the one that messed up. So how about we see who's really better, me or you, Mr. Ito?
Mr. Ito.
He's like, Mr. Ito.
Love it.
And so he said something in Spanish, and Zelina Vega goes, he accepts. And so they had this match, and it was a good match to start. Rusev was firmly in control early. Almas briefly took over, but Rusev regained control. Rusev then nailed Almas with a kick to the head for a near fall. Almas rocked Rusev with an elbow. He attempted the double knees, but Rusev moved and hit a Machka kick. We then see ringside Zelina Vega and Lana yelling at each other, just right in each other's faces. And then Lana just takes down Zelina Vega. And this was after Vega had slapped Lana.
Mm-hmm.
So then Aiden English runs down and he pulls Lana off of Vega. And he's like, hey, we don't need any of this. Stop. And Rusev's just sitting in the ring because Almas was knocked down from that Machka kick. So Almas is knocked out at the time. Rusev's just sitting in the ring watching all of this. And Zelina Vega goes to jump on Aiden English's back. English falls down, bumps into Lana. Lana falls on her ass. And Rusev starts yelling, "Hey, what's going on? Leave them alone. Get out of here, all of you." And all of a sudden, Almas jumps up, hammerlock DDT, 1, 2, 3, pins Rusev.
Rusev just been facing too many fucking losses lately, man.
So, we go back to the back. Ty Dillinger is there with R-Truth, and he's like, "You're going to face..." He's like, R-Truth is like, "Man, I got to face Samoa Joe tonight." And R-Truth is like, "You can do this." He was like, "But, Ty, do you even remember your match from last week?" And Ty was like, "Well, yeah." He was like, "You sure? You passed out." And he was just like, "I know you can do this. You've got this." And so it was setting up, Ty Dillinger, or no, R-Truth versus Samoa Joe. Then we get another...
what would have been a much better response?
Huh?
Is, "Ty, do you remember your match from last week? R-Truth, do you remember what the fuck you had for breakfast this morning? Shut the fuck up and go wrestle, old man."
So, Aiden English and Lana are backstage arguing with each other, yelling at each other, and Rusev's just basically just like, "Shut up!"
The fuck? Are your kids home?
No.
Okay.
Like, literally, that's what he did.
If your kid just comes out like, "What the fuck did I do, Pop?"
That's literally what he did. And he was like, "You know what? Maybe neither of you are good enough for Rusev Day." And Rusev just walked off, and they both looked at each other like, "Oh no, what did we do?" So, Rusev may kick Aiden to the side, and Lana, hopefully she don't get them divorce papers.
I doubt.
So then we had Samoa Joe versus R-Truth. R-Truth comes down and sings this song. And Corey Graves goes, "Byron, you learn all the words of that song yet?" And he's like, "I'm getting there." And Corey goes, "Truth don't even know all the words." So Joe comes down. Match minute, if that. Yeah. Joe comes down, beats the crap out of R-Truth, puts him in the Kikina clutch, taps him out.
I'm currently watching a video of Minoru Suzuki laughing and double dutching.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know how I feel. This is adorable.
So then we get a very weird backstage promo by Asuka. We see Dasha Fuentes is there, and there's a screen behind her with the Evolution, WWE Pay-Per-View Evolution logo. And Asuka just starts yelling, "I'm excited for Evolution!" I was like, what the heck? And she's like, "And tonight, Billie Kay is not ready for Asuka." And that was it.
I like how this feud was probably born with, like, "You have a weird accent. No, you have a weird accent."
But it was just weird because, like, Asuka's standing there, and Dasha goes to interview her, and she's just all giddy, bouncing, yelling up and down, "I'm excited for WWE Evolution." I was like, Jesus Christ. So they had Asuka and Billie Kay. Peyton Royce distracted Asuka early to give Billie Kay an early advantage. Asuka fired back and hit a Shining Wizard for a near fall. Finish came when Asuka hit 3 kicks to the head, knocking her out and pinning her. So in the back, undisputed champion, United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, mocked Jeff Hardy and said that the Viper bit him. Nakamura then warned Orton that he can also fight back. I was like, okay.
It's a kink. Don't kink shame.
So Paige comes out, and she's like, "We're going to announce the new #1 contender for the WWE Championship, AJ Styles. Come out here. We're going to find out who your opponent is." So AJ comes out, and AJ grabs the mic and goes, "I want to say something. I am a husband and a father. And when I heard Stephanie McMahon make her announcement last night for the all-women's pay-per-view, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, and my first thing was, oh no, he says that and he goes, I was proud of the company I work for." You know, the first thing that popped into my head?
TNA.
How many times has TNA ran all-women shows? All-women pay-per-views?
Tim, let me tell you something, buddy.
Okay, go.
Did you know?
Did I know?
This event is the most revolutionary, progressive, fantastic thing that's ever happened. Did you know this is an all-women's pay-per-view?
I did
Did you know that this was Stephanie McMahon's announcement?
I did know.
Did you know it was Stephanie McMahon? Stephanie McMahon made this announcement. Stephanie McMahon made this announcement.
Now, here's one thing they do have on TNA, though. All of TNA's women pay-per-views were pre-taped. This will be live.
Weren't they not good?
Oh, no. None of those one-night-only knockout shows were good.
I think that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, this show's got potential to be good. I'm just saying, them saying this is the first ever in the history of anything women's pay-per-view.
I don't think they're saying first ever.
Oh, they did on social media.
Well, I'm sure they're saying first ever for WWE.
I guess. Anyways, so AJ comes out and he's like, I'm proud of the company I work for. And now I can look at my little girl and tell her that whatever her dreams are, that she can actually obtain them. Like, oh, because Stephanie is having a pay-per-view with women? Here's my question. I get JoJo will most likely be the ring announcer.
Sure.
But for it to be a true all-women's pay-per-view, do you need all-women referees and all-women commentary?
Sure, why not?
Because if there's one male referee, someone's going to be like, oh, nope, there's a dude.
I mean, NXT is, what, 2 female referees?
Yeah, they introduced a new second one last week at the tapings. And we've got till the end of October, so they can hire somebody else or just pluck somebody from the Performance Center and say, hey, you're working as a ref tonight.
I bet the commentary team will be Lita, Renee.
Renee might not want to do it, though. Renee said before she hated doing commentary in TNA or in NXT.
But she was good.
She said that she thought she was horrible and did not like it.
She was great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really enjoyed her commentary. That's not fucking sarcastic. It's very, very good. And then it'll just be Trish. Probably.
No, they'll have Trish. They'll have Trish wrestle.
No, it'll be Lita and JR. Because you could put JR in there and it could be wholesome.
Because what'll be a good indication is whoever does commentary for the Mae Young Classic.
Oh, what if it's Beth Phoenix? Oh.
I mean, Beth Phoenix and her Percy Watson one-liners.
Yeah. Should make it Percy Watson.
Again, that's a dude. Anyways.
That's the joke.
So AJ was like, I'm proud for the company I work for. And then he was like, I want to know who my opponent is for SummerSlam. He signed the contract, and AJ goes, and can I get a drum roll? So they give her a drum roll. Your opponent for SummerSlam is... And James Ellsworth comes out. And AJ was like, what? And Paige is like, not on the mic, but yelling, don't worry, that's not him. It's not him. No, James, what are you doing? And so AJ goes to say something. James Ellsworth was like, I didn't only come. He said something about Mella's money and Ellsworth is exquisite. And then he goes, I didn't just come back to help my girl, Carmella. I also came back for that right there, the WWE Championship. He goes,
fair.
He goes, I should have a title match because, AJ, I've beaten you 3 times, and you know what they say? 4th time's the charm.
So it was 3rd. Chris and McNutt, $5. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Match of the year at SummerSlam. If you look back at their history in TNA.
But you could. No, you can't say that. You can't say that. I will touch on that in a second. I was already going to talk about that. So, Ellsworth was like, I beat you 3 times. 4th time's the charm. And AJ just gets on the mic and goes, yeah, nobody's ever said that ever. He's like, they will be once I beat you for the WWE Championship. And AJ was like about to say something, and Paige goes, hold on, AJ. I'll take care of this. So she gets out of the ring. She goes, James, you need to leave. He was like, Paige, honey, no one even understands what you say anyways. And she's like, you need to get out of here, sweetheart. And he was like, why? He's like, you're as white as a ghost. And she was just like, you know what? I've got 2 words for you. The crowd yells, suck it. She goes, sorry, no, not those words. You're fired. Security, get out here. Security grabs Ellsworth, and they carry him kicking and screaming. And she's like, you can put him down right in front of the door. She kicks him right between the butt cheeks and flies out the door. And she goes, stay out of my arena. As this is happening, AJ is still in the ring, watching it all go down on the Titantron. For Samoa Joe runs in from behind and attacks him. Joe beats him down, puts him in the Coquina clutch, makes him pass out, and signs the contract. Before leaving, he grabs the table and this isn't your regular WWE table. This is like some weird round table. Grabs the table and just throws it on top of AJ.
I liked it.
So we go to commercial, come back, and Joe's walking backstage. All, Samoa Joe badassery. And Paige was like, what was that? He was like, you picked me to be the #1 contender because of my aggression and my unpredictability.
She was like, ruthless aggression.
She was like, but that's not how it was supposed to go down. he was like, yeah, but the way you wanted to do it, that was a pathetic way of doing it.
True.
This way is the phenomenal way of doing it.
You know what would have been funny?
Huh?
I would have liked, maybe it was going to be... Okay, this is purely speculation. This wasn't actually the plan, but it would have been nice if it was like, it's, Joe comes out and he does that, and he goes backstage, and she goes, I wanted to pick Rusev, but since you decided to come and do all this shit, like, you can get a Rusev-Joe match out of it, which is another week of television, though it would just, Rusev's an example.
You know what I thought they should have done?
What?
They go backstage, and Paige is like, I was going to give you that match, but now you don't get it. And Joe would have been like, I already signed the contract. And she was like, I ripped up the contract. And so next week, Joe wrecks shop and just attacks AJ again. So AJ was just like, no, give him the match. That would have been a good way to do it. But he signed the contract. He's the number one contender. Boom, there we go. Now here's my thing about Joe and AJ. Everyone's saying on Twitter, oh my God, this is going to be the match of the year. This match is going to be so good. Did you see all their matches in TNA? What did everybody say about WrestleMania? AJ Nakamura. Did you see their Wrestle Kingdom match? And then what happened? They fucked it all up.
Now,
so
here's my argument.
Okay.
You're missing a key piece.
That I might be wrong here on what you're going to say. Is it because Joe and AJ worked more together than Nakamura and AJ ever did?
You're just forgetting a name. Christopher Daniels.
But they had singles matches too.
Right, but I personally think
I know exactly what match you're thinking of.
Those triple threat. Yeah, it was at
Breakable, I think it was. Either Unbreakable.
Yeah,
I think it was called Unbreakable. It was 2005.
I rewatched it in a Brian Zane video. Probably one of the best matches. I think that's the only TNA 5-star match.
I don't know if it's the only. It may be one of the only. Anyways, but yeah. So Samoa Joe is the number one contender for the WWE Championship, and they just
the only 5-star match in TNA history.
Huh. So, as Joe walks off, Paige is standing there a little upset and mad, and Carmella walks up, and she was like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you fire James?" And she was like, "You know, just go pay to get another boyfriend."
That's called.
And Carmella was like, "Ooh, well, you know, I had to have this match against Becky Lynch, and I beat Charlotte Flair twice. I beat Asuka twice. I'm going to beat Becky Lynch right now." So we get Becky Lynch versus Carmella. The match was... Huh?
I've been happier if this match main evented.
The match was okay. I wasn't something where it's like, man, that was so good, we need to do it again at SummerSlam, because we are doing it again at SummerSlam. Basically, Lynch was in control early. Carmella took over by throwing her into the barricade. Lynch fought back, but Carmella regained the advantage. Becky Lynch finally, after multiple attempts, put her in the disarm her and made her tap out.
It was a good match. I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's like, really? We're going to get it again at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
So, with the win, Becky becomes the number one contender. Then in the main event, The New Day versus Sanity. Winner will advance next week to take on either the Uso or the Bar. And then the winner of that match will go on to SummerSlam and take on the tag team champions. So the Usos were on commentary, and they were making fun of Tom Phillips and the way he talks.
The face fucker.
Yep. And the heels, Sanity, isolated Xavier Woods early on their side of the ring. Woods nailed Killian Dane with a missile drop kick and tagged in Big E. Eric Young tried to interfere, but Kofi Kingston shoved him off the top rope. Finisher came when the New Day hit the big ending and advanced to the finals in 2 weeks. After the match, the Bar then returned. Corey Graves was all kinds of elated. The Bar is back!
The Bar.
And
they have like soccer shirt type jerseys.
Yeah, pretty sick. They said that they were going to beat the Usos next week, and then they would go on to defeat the New Day, and then defeat the Bludgeon Brothers, going SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Love it.
So in the final segment, Miz comes out. Well, Miz is backstage first, and he's got his baby, Monroe Sky. And Paige comes up, and he was like, we hadn't arranged a babysitter. And she said that she did not, she wanted to introduce them to Sin Cara for some reason. Miz said that his daughter doesn't like people with masks.
I thought it was going to go a different direction with that line.
And
yeah, sorry,
so,
my daughter doesn't like your kind, and just walks away.
He puts on this baby carrier where he like holds the baby, carries the baby in the front, and
Those are so fucking cool.
Yeah, he puts Monroe Sky in it, And they walk out. They, quote unquote, all three walk out to the ring. And Miz is like, tonight is the world premiere of my new show, our new show, Miz and Mrs. And this is the premiere party. So Miz came out, and he was out there, and he was like, you know, when I introduced the world to my daughter, and as he goes to pull her out, Maryse stops him, and she goes, no, she's asleep. He's like, can everybody use your low voices to not wake her up? And he was like, let's give you guys a sneak peek, exclusive, of our new show. And it was just a bunch of bad clips of Miz and Maryse throughout their WWE career.
Now, what I want to say,
Uh-huh.
that him whispering would have been a perfect moment for the crowd to just been like, fuck you! Would have just been a very good
They did get
moment.
loud. They booed really loud. But
yeah,
the crowd at one point, I think, if I'm not wrong, they said the crowd was like, there was like a section of the crowd chanting to like, shush or something like that. There was a section of the crowd trying to calm down the other crowd or something. It was funny.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
So after this embarrassing video package plays of Miz and Maryse, Daniel Bryan shows up on the screen, and he was just like, "Hey, I don't remember the name he said, but so and so in the truck messed up again and played the wrong video package. I wanted to congratulate you on your new show, but why am I doing it from the back? I can do it in face to face. Let me come out there." So Daniel Bryan comes out.
I don't know why that was something that happened. I don't know why he didn't just come out.
So Daniel Bryan comes out, and Bryan enters the ring, and Miz and Maryse back up to the other side of the ring.
Naturally.
And Maryse kind of gets in Daniel Bryan's face, and Miz pulls the baby out of the carrier, kisses the baby on the head, and hurls the baby towards Daniel Bryan, and you realize it is a baby doll. Not the real Monroe Sky.
Ooh.
He then attacks Daniel Bryan, hits Daniel Bryan with a skull-crushing finale, and then we go in to Miz and Mrs. on the USA Network. The show wasn't bad. There was one line on that show that made me laugh. Nia goes, "Have you come up with a name for the baby yet?" And Miz goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You gonna tell me that name?" He goes, "No, because the last person we told the name to, they said that's a stripper name, so I'm not telling anybody till she's born."
Fair. I wonder what that name was. It was like Candy.
No, Monroe Sky.
Oh, okay, I got you now.
So
anyway.
Oh, and Miz and Mrs. starts off. A first name you see in the opening credits, executive producer Kevin Dunn.
Naturally. Yeah, it was a good episode of SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, I liked it a lot. It was better than last night's Raw.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Before we go, I do want to let it be known. If you so please, you could buy a 5'3" cardboard standee of Ronda Rousey for $34.99 in the shop right now.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's literally almost as tall as me. But you guys can follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Be sure to check out our friends at Fightful at Fightful Online. Join the Discord. And Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter. And another WWE shop plug, you can also get kids gummy vitamins.
That's so dumb.
That are shaped like the WWE Championship. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. We'll be live again, same place, same time tomorrow night for the PWUnlimited podcast. Got some stuff to talk about then.
Hawkeye J. I'm going to show Sean that right now.
Huh?
Have a good one, folks.
Have a good one.